Hello, everyone, and welcome to Comic Capers, episode number 4. We're in the middle of Man of Steel. That's right, tonight it's
Bendis versus Byrne.
Mano of Steel. I am Phil, and joining me from somewhere in the world is...
From the deep, mysterious voids of the destroyed Candor, it's Lilith Hellfire.
Oh, we'll get there.
The nerve! Son of a biscuit eater.
So, well, one of our predictions came true. Batman showed up in both issues.
Yes. That's our loose parallel for the issue. In all fairness, number 3 is not my favorite Byrne issue. Not. I enjoy the first encounter from Superman Batman Secret Files Origins 2003. I prefer that meeting versus the one that we got.
Oh, I mean, this was like the first like post-crisis take on it.
I didn't like it. It's like the weird two-door sedan with the crime lab in the trunk, and I'm like, who is he? Barry Allen? Like, what? No.
It almost sounds like he's bragging too, because it's like, oh, this is the most sophisticated one in the country. I'm like, would Batman really be bragging?
He doesn't say that. He doesn't need to. Okay, Batman don't need to brag about nothing. So, again, it's this weird thing. It's kind of like the Frank Miller thing. It's like you really love Superman, so you kind of over-exaggerate the bad qualities of Batman, just like Frank Miller kind of doesn't get Superman, so he over-exaggerates the big blue Boy Scout aspect of Superman.
I mean, I guess
to a detriment.
I guess he wanted to lay that foundation for the friendship, but it just seems weird in this miniseries that's Superman's new origin. You know, this is what they decided
to make Batman be, yeah.
And they've been basically a team-up adventure. I mean, we didn't get any of Superman's supporting cast. We didn't even get Metropolis. We got Superman in Gotham.
One night in Gotham, baby.
I mean, you can see how popular Batman was even then. It basically was a Batman book with Superman in it.
Well, not for nothing. There's been many other world's finest team-ups, but none compares to that Superman Batman thing. And I just feel like it fell short even in the Byrne situation.
Batman all overshadowing again.
And not even in a good way, though. Like I said, I didn't really like the interpretation of how he painted Batman. And I know it's supposed to be like his Dark Knight phase and stuff. Then I was like, we should have been dealing with not Magpie.
Well, again, does
the Looney Tunes stick a dynamite in the mouth. Like, it's your henchman. Have some class.
Do you think it would? I mean, again, this is right after Crisis. People are still...
I'm tired of that excuse, Philip.
Well, no, everyone's still getting their footing. Do you think maybe Byrne wanted like the Joker or somebody, but like people weren't like clear on the timeline yet?
I think Magpie was his footprint, his first like marking of Superman. Everything else had been pretty straightforward and like generally well liked, but I don't know anybody that clamors for Magpie.
Well, the only other appearance she had like in this era, I mean, she showed up later in like 2006 for like one issue to die, but she I think was Batman 401 where they actually referenced this Man of Steel number 3.
It's not very notable, unfortunately. I mean, it's weird. The best thing that you can say is like, hey, Batman's in this issue for both of them.
Well, I think Magpie's in it too because, Batman kind of takes pity on her. It's like, she's just, I gotta lock her up, but she's a woman who snapped. If it was the Joker and he'd been pounding his face in, Superman probably would have tried to take Batman in too.
Well, he even threatened it at the beginning, so.
That's what I'm saying.
That whole convoluted crap, somebody in the city is gonna die. It's quite Machiavellian. What? Get the hell out of here!
Wouldn't Superman be like, "Oh, I can find the bomb with my super senses, and it's about 6 inches. It's about 6 inches above your junk. So I don't know if I'd hit the button if I were you."
See, this is what I mean. Like the way that they have to like make Batman to even be on the level of Superman. Like I just don't genuinely enjoy that. I ever pegged it right ever, in my opinion.
This was like the first time too, I think, where they were trying to make these two like the characters a little more adult.
Well, like I said, if you were a true Batman fan and you go back to the beginning where Batman accidentally manages to kill some of his enemies, I'm just saying, it's always been an adult book. It's been based in pulp. so
accidentally with a gun.
Accidentally in the trash compactor. That happened more than once. Somebody hangs themselves from the bat plane more than once. I'm just saying that the late 30s was a little sketchy.
And I'm pretty sure Joker wasn't the only one to take a dive in a vat of acid.
Only they didn't survive.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. We're getting a 3 Jokers book, so who knows?
Just leave the well alone. The well is poisoned. We fracked it. Leave it alone.
You're saying they didn't know what they were doing in this original issue of Man of Steel #3. Do they know what they're doing these days?
There is something rotten in Denmark. I am going to get to the bottom of it when I'm in LA in about a week and a half. So.
Ooh. Oh, we should you should do like a behind the scenes episode.
Hey.
This is
doing my Batman impression, shaking everybody down for information, hanging off rooftops.
I want to. Oh my god! Even if you have to fake it, I want a picture of that. Just like you hanging somebody out a window, be like, "Tell me
what you know." Don't swear to him. Swear to me.
It was Bendis. Why did you say that name?
That is the only appropriate time to say that phrase.
It was Brian. Why did you say that name?
Michael Bendis. But so no, let's get into the Bendis side of things. I just want to say that this dialogue was so damn cringy, and enough with the cursing. Okay, enough with it. It's 12 plus. This book is 12 plus, not teen plus. I'm just saying.
And it's a Superman book.
The only Superman and swearing that you need in your life is my Somebody Save Me podcast. Okay.
Oh, nice.
It's the only swearing in Superman combo you need. I was just like, again with the swearing bubble. I can't take it.
All right, let's just start at the cover. Revealed the maniac who killed Krypton. Didn't we know this already?
Oh my god! And the baby in the talk about throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Okay.
I mean, what kind of rock do you have to have been living under that you didn't know that Bendis made this guy as like the killer of Krypton? It was in DC Nation Zero. It's been on every freaking website.
Well, what gets me is that he finds out that Superman, one of the last Kryptonians, is on Earth at an alien bar. Like, what is this, Star Wars? Like, come on! Like, nothing is original. Everything's a poorly and pale imitation of something.
Yeah, didn't they do that back in was it the Byrne era or right after the Byrne era with like an alien bar and stuff? I think Lobo was there, when after Lobo's first encounter with Superman, he's like, or right before, that's where Lobo was talking to people in a bar. And
just call it a cantina and get sued. Like, just do it.
Remember, shoot first. That comes up in Solo. Never mind. But I told you that Fire Chief would be back.
I know. Like, okay, so I was on the boards. Everybody's like, oh my God, is he trying to set up a love triangle? We'll kill him. Like, I'm like, hey now. Let's not throw around the K word, but let's write a petition that Superman's married with a kid and there's no love triangle. We fought and worked too damn hard for this family and this relationship for Bendis to come in and put his stink, and I do literally mean stink at that point, if that's what he's up to. I will not have it. I will not stand for it. Superman is not an edgelord character, okay? He's a beacon of hope, puritanical to a fault, okay? And then Batman speaking Bendis speak, like, my heart just hurts so bad. It was just so cringy.
Batman saying, did you pin the fires on a map? Sometimes they make a shape. Who said that? I know that wasn't Batman. Who's under that cow? Jason, is that you?
It's Barry.
Asriel, was that you?
Nice. I was just like, I cannot believe we're having this conversation. And then we go to the Fortress of Solitude and it's in flames. And I'm like, I don't think that's how that works. I mean, it is where it is. I don't think that's.
I don't know if the giant ice castle would burn Bendis.
Maybe because it's magical alien stuff. Who knows? I don't know.
I'm assuming.
Supergirl shows up, so that's nice.
Why do you have to burn the fortress, Bendis?
He's literally burning everything to the ground. Like, Candor, I'm like really mad about. I'm very upset.
Wait a second. There's a memo from Bendis.
Burn.
What's your plan for Superman, sir?
Burn.
Burn it to the ground.
He took out, Kellex, and then, that's right. Supergirl shows up and they discover it's all gone. Candor.
We do get a flash of something happening to Lois and John, though, so.
Well, that's what he keeps doing every issue.
If you ask me,
we get one page every issue, and then it only First it was the light, then last issue we see it was some like big metal alien ship thing or something. Then so that's where it starts.
It's like a bald guy, but another reason why I'm very upset is that he's been saying that he doesn't plan on using Lex, and I'm like, excuse me.
I mean,
excuse me.
I mean, yeah, you don't want to overuse him, but why wouldn't you?
If this, I mean, like, oh my God, I can't. And then you better not touch Brainiac either. You just go ahead, right on with your Cal Drogo or whatever the hell his name is.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. No, I think that the hand's not green. I was gonna say, is that some form of Brainiac? But I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think it's Brainiac either. Although somebody said there's a bunch of clues on his Instagram from when he first announced that he was going to be doing Superman. But I don't have the patience to go back and read through all that self-aggrandizement. Like, I just don't have time for it.
But I mean, they've been trumpeting this as like the definitive Superman run for how many months?
Not my Superman.
For like 6 months now, and it's like, well, how can you have like a definitive Superman run without Lex? Even in like a small role.
Like I said, people fail to grasp Superman at his core, who he is and what makes him so great. And every hero is only as great as their villain. And Lex is human, and he's smart, and he's this shady businessman. And I love Lex. I don't like Brainiac so much anymore because he's been overused, and I don't like original characters.
What's wrong? What's wrong with us? We don't have our Bendis buttons yet. Bendis.
I don't know. Like I get like what he's kind of trying to do, but I don't think that he is succeeding at it with real Superman fans. I think I see a lot of casual Superman, like reviewers say that they like it, but honestly, I think they're just trying not to rock the boat. Like I don't hear like anything that's like very genuine. Like nobody was even upset about Kandor. I was just like, wait, what? How can you be a Superman fan and not be upset about the destruction of Kandor?
Exactly. It's been in like every version of Superman.
Maybe this new Crisis will do something. I don't know. I thought we were done with Crises. I thought we were done with it. It was called the Final Crisis, if I'm not mistaken. I wasn't imagining that. That wasn't a fever dream.
All right. Here's my question. This better be good. Wherever happened to Lois and John, they better not be dead, or we riot.
They'll be in limbo.
I'm like, okay.
He's going to do the Superboy pocket dimension just so he doesn't have to deal with it.
But I'm just like, okay, if they're not dead, they're not dead.
They can't be dead. That they wouldn't let that.
Why isn't Superman confiding in anyone? He isn't confiding in the League.
Not even Batman. Like Batman of all people, who's a detective who could help you.
Or Supergirl, his cousin, his family, the only family he has left.
You know what?
How about another Kryptonian with all his powers to help him search? And that's the other thing. If this was anyone else writing this, he would not stop looking for Lois and John. You know, if there's an emergency, he'll zip off, do that, but then he's back looking for them.
Yeah, this is really weird.
Instead, because he even said something here later when he's back in Metropolis about how his apartment's not clean. When he's sitting around eating pizza? No, he would be out looking for his wife and kid.
I'm surprised he didn't do the sitting at the bar thing from the Superman movie.
Don't give Bendis ideas. Him and Charlie S are writing down Superman 3 like it's the Bible.
Hey, you might not like that movie, but that was a great scene.
Oh,
and I love when Supergirl redid that scene as well.
No, the best part of that's the Clark Kent Superman fight scene.
Yes. Always duplicated, but poorly imitated. Looking at you, Arrow. Anyway, so for the Byrne book, I would give it a B-. And the only saving grace for this book is the artwork. I absolutely love this artwork, although I don't know why we need 2 or 3 artists per book. And they're only doing like 1 or 2 pages.
Oh, the new one?
I don't know why. Yes, for Bendis's run. I like Sook. I do, but I just don't understand why we have so many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah,
I mean, it's not like it's really an oversized book.
It seems like he's struggling to fill these pages, to be honest.
Well, are we rushing too because it's a weekly book?
Definitely. That's what it feels like to me anyway.
But it's still, you would think at least one person or at least 2 people could do like a whole book. See, that's the thing about the comic book industry now. We're just not built for that weekly turnaround, like at all. I mean, that's unfortunate. I miss a good weekly book. Like that's when we were clamoring about the Robin Wars and stuff and all that stuff. It was good, but then you also like you have to have a certain set amount. I think 6 is perfect. I'm glad that it's not 12. Well, I think we went weekly because I think they knew no one's going to sit through 3 to 6 months of this. Hell no. Even if you did 2 a month, 3 months of this, I'd be so I would be disinterested at this point and be like, take it off my pull list. And take it off. It's spreading. this stuff is spreading, because I didn't finish the issue, but I started reading the Titan special before we jumped on here. Nightwing goes to talk to Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, but then they reveal Superman's not Superman. It was Martian Manhunter in disguise.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry. Well, it was early in the book. It wasn't like like an end thing. No. Yeah, no. Okay. So basically, what they're saying. So what? Superman's cutting himself off from the league. So I really he can find.
Bendis wants to tell this weird self-contained story. Like, I like. In no offense, in better hands, I like Superman kind of isolated in his little universe. I do, especially now that we have Lois and John. That's a very interesting dynamic.
That's fine,
but if you're not going to do that, you can't cut him off from the rest of everybody else.
No. Or at least have him confide in his cousin. Something.
You have Phil and Supergirl might be dying again.
And why wouldn't Clark tell anyone anything? Now, we saw, what was it, last issue? People at the planet think she like ran off and having an affair or something.
You know what word sums it up? Bendis.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so weird. And I really hope it works itself out and resolves it by the end of issue 6. And we don't have to like deal with this in the actual main books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I hope this is self-contained and wrapped up. I do not want to, like, I want to get back into my Superman books, but if this is going to carry over, I'm not here for it.
I have no inside info. I think I already said this last week. I am making a prediction. We will not find out the fate of Lois and John until issue 6, and then it'll be, to see Superman search for Lois and John, jump into Superman 1 and Action 1001. I'm calling it right now. Mark my words.
Yeah, that's something DC would do, and that's
something.
Why would you taint the start of a new run with that? It's just kind of like
it's the Bendis machine. It's Bendis MO. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, at least he can make Lois the mom of the Justice League.
I mean,
reference.
I've read too much.
That's a lot.
I've read too much of Bendis's Marvel stuff. Like during Secret Invasion, the Avengers books were basically like, here's some stuff. Oh, follow it into the miniseries. That they're doing the opposite here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give this one a C+, and literally the art was the saving grace, as I was saying.
Yeah. The art was beautiful.
This is me being generous, because this story is very tedious. I cannot believe he ruined Batman with that cringe dialogue. Like, it was every single line of dialogue. I'm just like, who talks like this? Even in comic books.
That's probably my big thing is, I'm a huge Batman fan. That brought it down for me. Batman's dialogue. Bendis has been here. Bendis hasn't been here a month. He's already destroyed Kandor.
What's next? That's what we have to keep asking ourselves. Well, what's next?
Better not be Lois and John.
I will not stand for it. I will start a petition, and that petition will be big.
And we will speak with our wallets. I promise you. I have never missed an issue of Superman since I was like 11, 12 years old. I am 40. Bendis kills them off. I will not buy any Superman books while Bendis is on the books. I'll buy some Supergirl. I'll buy Super Sons, which I was planning on anyway. I'll buy anything as long as it's not a Bendis Superman. Don't kill them, Bendis.
I mean, I don't think he actually has the green light for that. I don't think he does.
At least I was going to say.
We fought too hard. I mean, we literally spoke with our wallets with that being the only good Convergence story, and then actually making its way into canon. I just don't see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We went through too much retconning that whole new 52 Superman and all that. Yeah. No, I don't think. Especially Lois.
Now, he can put him on the back burner for sure and have them, like I said, in a pocket dimension somewhere.
But yeah, they will not let him kill Lois. I mean, she's been there since the beginning. No.
And they're not going to kill John either.
No,
you know what? They might ship off John to like a Titans book, though, like a Teen Titans book or something like that.
Oh, I was gonna say, watch like if they do a Legion of Superheroes or something.
If you signed up for Superman at the state that he was, then you should be forced to deal with the whole package. Is my personal opinion.
If you claim you love Superman, it's like with any of these characters.
Did he actually claim that though? Like, I feel like I've never really heard him say that.
I read somewhere. I thought he said something like when they made the offer, he was like, the thing that brought him to DC was like he wanted to do a Superman story. He had this idea for this Superman story.
Of course, every freaking comic book writer wants to do a story for Superman, whether they love him, understand him, or not. It's freaking Superman.
But supposedly, I think that was his thing. It was like his favorite DC character was Superman. That's what he wanted to write.
Okay.
But I mean, with any of these characters, DC, Marvel, I mean, you got all this history, you got the stuff going on, stuff that's come before. You have to work in that, and half the time he doesn't seem to want to do that.
Yeah, I found Bendis to be a very odd choice for Superman. Is all that I can say.
That's what
the whole time with the Bendis coming thing, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something.
I mean,
maybe he pitched this amazing story and they couldn't say no.
Remember first speculation that they were like, oh, maybe he'll do Batman, and it's like, I wouldn't want him to do that, but I think it would be a better fit than Superman.
Yeah, because Tom is amazing with Batman. Tom King, he's still doing that, right?
Oh yeah, he's the one doing the wedding. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, with all the shakeups in DC, I don't know what the hell could happen.
As far as I know, last I know, yeah. Oh, I still got to watch it. I recorded. He was on Seth Meyers last night.
I'll look it up on YouTube.
I agree with your grades.
3 more weeks, guys, and we're free.
And then then we get to some old stuff, Marvel and DC.
What old stuff were we thinking?
Well, weren't we talking bunch of Venom stuff, bunch of Batman No Man's Land stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, everything Batman No Man's Land, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was like my first really, really big event that I could actually like go out and buy it week to week. So,
but I think before all that, we're gonna finish Man of Steel and then do the Batman wedding and Catwoman #1 is like a episode.
Oh yeah, and then our shameless cross promotion.
Oh yes. Yes, if you're like that's cryptic, go check out Quantum Zone. You'll figure it out.
Ooh, mystery. That's pretty much all I have to say about this issue. I was bracing myself for that. I was like, is he gonna do the Batman thing? He's gonna do okay.
Oh, the minute they were like, oh, there's somebody behind you, I'm like, oh, it's Batman.
Yeah, instantly.
It's number 3, it's Batman.
I don't know, like it's really weird that he has chosen to do like Man of Steel and not name it something else, and then not do as strong a parallel as he could to
not do like a complete origin story.
Yeah, it's perplexing.
But now that you mention it, that is weird. He brings in Batman to help him try to solve the fires, but not what happened to Lois and John. Or does he know what happened to Lois and John? Or does he think he knows what happened to?
Ooh, maybe he's secretly under red kryptonite. I don't know. Have we even seen red kryptonite in forever? Like, I don't remember the last time I've seen red kryptonite.
Think. Not since New 52.
That wasn't on Smallville. Dude, start rewatching it. I'm telling you. It's cringy, but it's fun. It's cheesy goodness.
All right. Well, let's get out of here.
Shameless plugs first.
Oh, yes, of course. Lil Hellfire. I'll do our show. Write in, tell us if we're off base or if we're totally on the mark with Bendis. Like I said, we'll do the Batman wedding and Catwoman 1. Then we're going to jump in some old Venom and Batman No Man's Land. Is there anything else you'd like us to review? Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Comic Capers, and find us on Twitter Comic Capers Pod and @CL Sidekicks. And the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And Lil Hellfire, where can people find you? And speaking of red kryptonite in Smallville.
Well, if you nerds are really excited, I'm really actually excited for Supergirl's season finale. So if you nerds want to join me for the season finale, June 18th, next Monday. At Lil Hellfire. And if you nerds want to fight me or you have anything mean to say, that's where you can add me. For all things positivity, swearing, Superman, Smallville, at Save Me Podcast. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest.
Yes. As for me, if you're a comic book creator and like to talk to us,
Gail Simone. What's up?
I'm trying. NightwingPDP@gmail.com, and on Twitter I am @NightwingPDP.
I hear Ben Percy has some free time now too as well, just a little.
I'm trying to get these people. Well, don't poop the bed, love.
I'm not. I mean, no, I heard he's like not doing the Green Arrow thing, so you know.
Oh yeah, we can talk some Green Arrow. But anyway, that has been another week of Comic Capers. Join us next week for more Bendis.
He's so sad.
Byrne and Bendis. What will Brian Michael Bendis
do next?
Foul next week. Come back and find out.
What loose parallel shall we discuss?